Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live show. It is Tuesday evening, August 12th, and let's see. The market was pretty nice today. After we had the old CPI, then the market just started popping this morning, and I don't think anything's stopping this market. We're really getting into that bubble territory, guys. So let's go through, see what's going to be going on for tomorrow, what's going to be popping, happening, and what we're going to be liking. So all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. Always do your due diligence, and I hope everybody had a great day. And that's what the heat map looked like this today. And like I said, it was pretty green. And the SPY was cruising along. I don't know what I'm typing in. I'm trying to type with my finger there. But anyway, look at that SPY way up there, and it's getting right into bubble territory, guys. This thing's getting crazy. So good morning, Laptop Travel. You're on the other side of the world, I'm guessing. So what a nice day for our Discord subscribers. I would say so. And the night note's been fired. Laptop Travel's been on fire. Luis Rodriguez, Ben, Godfather, everybody in there, guys. It's been crazy. And you're going to like what I did with the night note. So I just kind of made it a little bit different today as I was kind of working on things and trying to make things a little bit better. Like I said, these next 2 weeks, there are some poppers. We were seeing what was going to happen. And obviously, the market is just going to continue to run up, guys. So that's what we're looking at. Let's go through and see what's happening with our list here. ORIS. This thing's looking really good again, and it wants to get cruising. So keep your eye on it. It jumped up the other day, was 100%er, and it looks like it wants to run up again, guys. So you might want to look at ORIS right there, because that looks like it's ready to go for a penny stock. And RAYA is just getting set up right here. It's getting to be in that right spot. You know, we've been watching it. We're usually a few weeks early, and now we're getting to be in the right place where you want to be, getting into this thing as well. So keep an eye on that. Still working on that overnight list. Yikes, there's a lot of them. Laptop Travel, I know there's a ton of stuff going on, especially when the market looks the way it does. There is a lot of poppers happening, so a lot of great setups. And I don't think it's going to stop, guys. It's just going to continue to keep happening. Every time it wants to pull back, you just have a Rolodex of things that just makes it go up. Right now, the earnings made it go up, and other things right now, like the China tariff pause and everything else going on. Even the CPI isn't phasing it. I doubt the PPI will either. And GIBO, a little bit of pullback here. It was rolling up yesterday, tiny bit of pullback, but I think this is still getting set up. It's in the basement and going to get ready to roll. And we'll keep an eye on that as we have been. And our open door right here running up some more, like I told you guys. This was getting set up as well. And like I told you guys when I told you is when it was way down here in the 50s, and then it ran way up over almost $5, and then it started pulling back. I was the one up here that said don't chase it, it's pulling back. And then I told you right around here it was looking good again. So there you go. And I would say open door is looking pretty good to open the door to go up a little bit higher. And let's look at our QMCO right here. Was down. The quantum ones are dipping just a little bit, but that could be a bottom look right there, as I had that nice little pullback going on. So we'll take a look at the other ones, including RGTI, because they did have earnings, and I don't think they were the best earnings, but it didn't look too bad. It did pull back a little in the after hours. It's getting set up, and I didn't think it was going through that MACD just yet. Let it get set up here, and they will get cruising. I think all of them need a little more time to set up, including QUBT, that quantum computing, and even QBTS. I mean, they look pretty good right there. QBTS looking a lot better than the rest of them. This one might get cruising up, so you can keep an eye on that QBTS D-Wave. That one's actually looking pretty good right now, and I think the rest of them will kind of follow suit after that. And QTUM, the Defiance Quantum ETF, was cruising up today and looks a little better. So if that one starts rolling, you know the rest of them will. IONQ was down, and it had popped up yesterday, hit that resistance, and just in that channel right there, so it will get set up. And good old Z-Space right here, ZSPC, and they do have earnings coming up on the 14th, so it is Thursday. It's a busy earnings day, and this thing is curling back up, looking better. That looks like it was its bottom, and I would say Z-Space is looking pretty good right there, guys. So we might want to keep an eye on that again. We were looking at it before it jumped up, and then it pulled back, and now it looks like it's getting really set up there. So keep an eye on that. And our quantum and computer hardware ones right there are trying to get set up. So that's what they're looking like. LMT was cruising up today. Good old Lockheed Martin looking pretty good. Curling up, going to get into that channel and start running. So we were way down there on that good dip for Lockheed Martin. And you can look at that one. United Health, that was running up pretty big today, hitting the 20 and curling through as well. And we've been watching this thing get down to that bottom area, and it does look pretty good. So keep an eye on this because it could start squeezing up there any moment. So that could start running up some more tomorrow. So keep an eye on UNH right there. And good old Oscar right here was down a little bit, but not looking bad. Just staying in this channel to get set up. So let it pull back to set up right there. And Oscar won't be a bad one. And of course, our GRYP right here, guys. I'm telling you, keep your eye on this one because that one is looking really good right there. It is looking like it wants to get moving really soon. And how about PEW? Grab a gun and we'll see what PEW wants to do. I know it was up today. It's setting up and looking good. As we said the other day, we called it down here. It ran up and then dipped back down, and now it's running right back up there, getting out of the basement, and looks like it's going to pop up. So there you go for PEW. Pew. Grab a gun, and Trump's kids are on the board of that one as well. And good old PSQH right here. This one had been setting up. It did come down with them earnings, and now we're getting to be in a really good spot, guys. Now I really like it. We've been tracking this bad boy down for a few weeks now, and now it looks like it's a good one, especially with that dip down to 166. It's at 185. Let me see what that wants to do tomorrow because that one could get popping. Just watch this one tomorrow, guys. PSQH. Watch that for a possible bounce right there. It could do it, and it's getting set up. So we will be watching that. And Net Capital right here, NCPL. That one had been dipping down, and let's see because that's getting set up as well, and that looks like it's trying to bottom out. So it is an interesting look with the market. We know crypto is ripping along, guys. I know that Solana was in the 190s and it's ripping. So I know the markets are looking crazy. Look at that thing. Ethereum was at like 4,600. There's your Solana at 193. Ripple at 322. Cardano at 83 right there. So all the ones I've been talking about, we'll have to see what ETF's doing. It's at 1.1, and we'll see what's happening. And that, it's so crazy. I was telling you guys about that sheep one this morning, and I'm telling you what, that thing started popping up really crazy this morning. I mean, it ran like a maniac, and then it just got sold off, and it took a major dip. The ETF's actually back up to 1.2 because it was not up that high. It's 1.1 right now. It was just at 1.2. But I'm just looking, what the heck is that sheep one called? I forget what it's called. But that thing, I'm telling you, it was crazy. It was Swift. That's what it is. And right now it's at a $5 million market cap. And you want to talk about a huge run up and then a big old spike. I mean, it spiked up to like 4 cents today, and now it's at 0.005. I mean, I watched that thing just go up and down like it was no big deal. And it is crazy, these things. But anyway, I think ETF, like I say, I think we still have some really good potential. We're going to kick off the memes, are going to get started real soon here. And I think that one has such a strong community right there. I know I'm involved in a ton of different group chats and texts with everybody and Discords and Twitter groups and everything else. So it is a huge community. I don't know what happened to Zach, to be honest with you. That was the whole reason why we got in, and he just disappeared. But anyway, I think we're still going to make that thing one of the biggest ones. I know the Flawless Well has been all over it, and I talked to him a lot about it. And yeah, we're not going to give up. We're going to make that thing huge. So that one will crank up and get rolling, let it bottom out, and then they get cruising after the bottom. So that's your meme coin update for this evening. And let's creep on cruising through and see what Gush is doing, because the oil and gas, guys, I am super early, usually a couple weeks, and now we're going to be getting set up here. I don't know what's going on with oil and gas, but something is going on with oil and gas right here, guys. And we're about to get set up and see what's about to take place, because I have no idea idea what it is. But look at RBNE, guys. This is a great opportunity down here. If Robin's on, I'm not sure if you're hanging out this evening, Robin, but good old Robin Energy, RBNE, looking pretty good, guys. That is that bottom down there at that 163. We're in the 180s, and it is growing up and looking nice. And again, oil and gas has something going on. I'm not exactly sure what's happening there, but we saw it about 3 weeks ago, a little bit too early. I'm not going to lie. It started setting up really well, and then I should have known it was too good of a setup too fast, and then it kind of fell back. But usually when they happen, they get set back up. There's just the bottom. Bigger players want to get in at cheaper prices, so sometimes you got to be a little more patient. And again, it just jumped out at me like, holy cow, something is going on right there. They looked great, and we'll be watching that oil and gas. We've been keeping an eye on it. And our OCGN is setting up right here. Look at that setup. So OCGN looking pretty good. And I talked to Nader. I'll see what day we're going to get on and figure out what the sidekick's all about. And he can show us some other cool new stuff. So we'll have that coming up as well. So always trying to give you guys something new and exciting. Again, it's just the end of summer right here, and I've been kind of just enjoying it. I'm not going to lie. It's been pretty nice, not crazy. I've been watching the market. You know, I always watch the market, but not as heavy as I usually do. And again, in 2 weeks, I'll be back in full swing and getting crazy nonstop, probably doing it like 15 hours a day. So I am just kind of cruising through the rest of the summer, you guys know that, and enjoying myself. And it is kind of nice to take a little downtime and have a little relaxation, catch up on a few things. Like I said, redid the night note, so it's a lot more organized. It was just way too sloppy, I think, and you couldn't really pay attention to what was happening there. Now you can see what's happening, and I'll make it really more pinpointed. And like I said, we'll really get into the trading aspect and crush the market. You can see it's going to get cruising, guys, and we're going to have fun coming up in these when the kids go back to school. It's going to get wild, I'm telling you. So I'm getting excited for it. I know that, and just kind of finishing up the summer and seeing how the market's running, but it doesn't want to stop. BMNR, guys, this thing like doubled up practically in a couple of days right there from when we mentioned it. So that was on our in the Discord right there, BMNR. We were all over that one right there, and that was a beauty. And SBET right here, SBET, Sharplink Gaming, and this one is trying to curl up, hitting the MACD, but this one's going to get cruising too. And we know that they have a bunch of what was it, Ethereum as well. I couldn't think of it. Ethereum Treasury too. So that one's going to be moving. And I bet this UPXI is going to be moving, guys, because Solana's cruising. And I just gave it out on the small cap show, and I mentioned it yesterday. And there we go. So I'm telling you, whatever I mentioned on that small cap show, guys, we should just buy it because it's insane. I gave them open. I've given so many huge poppers on that show alone. It's insane. And here's just another one up, another 20%, just getting started right there. So there you are with UPXI, and that one does look good. So we're definitely keeping an eye on that, and obviously all of our crypto treasuries. And these are good ones to trade. You don't want to really go, I don't think, too long term in them. Just like I don't think that the crypto miners, besides whatever the Trump family is going to be involved in, I think they're going to wipe out Marin Riot. That's what's going on. Because like I said, you can tell the opportunity just isn't as good. But some of these Bitcoin treasuries and crypto treasuries are going to be pretty good. And of course, the Trump companies are going to be wild too. So that's why we watch them. And we do keep an eye on everything that goes on in the market, including CORZ, because this was on the night note. And there you go. It's just getting started right there to get fired up and cruise. So there you go, guys. I'm telling you, even while I was on vacation, I was giving out some poppers, and it just never ends. And I'm, like I said, I'm not even fully on. And I've been telling you guys that. You guys know I'm kind of enjoying the rest of the summer and still just throwing out the poppers. So imagine in 2 weeks after Labor Day what it's going to be like. So that's why I'm telling you, just and why I'm in still firing them out like that. Laptop Travel's been crushing 4 a.m. and I am definitely planning on getting up and trading with Laptop Travel and that 4 a.m. Warrior crew right there, because I'm telling you, it's pretty wild what goes on at 4 a.m. And I don't want to miss the opportunity. So I am going to, and like I said, when it comes to back after Labor Day, maybe the week after, we'll see, just because the kids go back to school and everything's adjusting. But I'm going to change the show time to 8 p.m. during the winter time. So I'll do it an hour earlier so we can all get finished up a little earlier, and then we can get some rest, because again, I do want to focus and get up and start smashing the 4 a.m. hours, and then just be up all day just crushing the market with you guys and ripping through the Discord. So that is the plan, and that's why I kind of just cruising through the rest of the summer, because I know we're about to start working really, really hard. And I'm cool with that. I love it, actually. So I just know if I have like a week or two of some downtime, I'm going to take it real quick. And I never used to do this, but with my brain injury, I just know it's the right thing to do. I'm all focused and zoned in. And that's all I need to do is get really zoned in. And we're cruising along and crushing the market. Like I say, you guys know it doesn't matter what the market does. As long as I can see it, it doesn't matter, because we can call it, know how to play it, and just destroy it. So I'm just getting my mindset all perfect, and I'm good. I'm telling you guys, I feel great, even with a brain injury. I have this thing on so I could type, but anyway, guys, my finger is like almost completely healed. I can almost type right now. It just hurts a little bit. Look at this thing. I cut my fingertip off, guys. I mean, I grinded it to the bone a month ago. Hasn't even been 5 weeks yet, and the thing is completely healed. I've never seen anything like that in my life. I'm telling you, that's like a medical oddity to me. I've seen some crazy stuff happen. I mean, I'm telling you, I probably took one of the hardest hits in the history of life to the head and survived. No one gets hit with a 10-ton jack with a pressure of a 2-story house and then tells the story and sit here and does a stock show afterwards. So, of course, I got a brain injury. But yeah, that's why I ended up grinding off my finger, because I do dumb shit after that. But anyway, I'm telling you, I end up in a brain fog. It happened to me today. I was wrestling with Dougie. He likes to call it Fight Club. So I just sit there and kind of lay there, and he kind of wrestles with me. And he was running around saying that he was going to make me dizzy. So I wasn't. I just kind of was laying there. And then all of a sudden, he decided to do like a front flip kick and just like dropped right on my head and just smashed me. I mean, I was like out of it. I was like, holy cow, I don't even know what's going on right now. So yeah, that I'm telling you, I can't be getting it in the head. Dougie is the king at smashing my head. I'm telling you, like everything I do, he somehow will like hit me in the head extremely hard, one way or the other. It's so crazy. I like walk around my hands up around them, because everything just gets hit, like swings at my head. I'm like, how? It's like a magnet to me. I'm telling you, it's crazy. So anyway, that's my life. But yeah, I'm telling you, I've never seen anything like it. My finger just healing up like that. It's pretty wild, guys. I mean, if you guys ever saw anything like that, tell me, because I've never seen in 5 weeks, less than 5 weeks, I literally grinded. I could see my bone in my ring finger, and now it's completely healed up. It literally looks like I got like burnt, and there's like just like that one layer of skin missing, and it's like just the rest of the scab is full. I mean, it's barely even a scab left. I mean, look at this thing, guys. Can you even see it? I don't know if you can tell, but there you go. I mean, that is the finger that got grinded down to the bone. You can't even tell. It's insane, guys. I'm telling you, it grew back. My fingernail grew back exactly the way it was within like 3 weeks. I'm telling you, it does feel a little weird when I touch it. It has like a little tingly sensation, but yeah, first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club unless you're in Fight Club with a 5-year-old and he just like does front flips and kicks you. And it used to be like he's getting big now, and so he used to like jump off the back of the couch. I'd call it the top rope, and he hops up there and then like just jumps down. And before, it wouldn't even phase me. He would just jump and land on my chest or wherever. As long as he didn't hit me in the head, I really didn't care, and I just like cover my area down there. And as long as he didn't hit my face and my down there, I'd be pretty good. He could hit me wherever, and I'm pretty fine. And now it's like he'll knock the wind out of me if he catches me in the right spot. He's definitely getting a little too big. And so I have to be like careful and try to protect myself now, where I didn't really have to worry. And yeah, he's if I'm not paying attention for a split second, and he's in karate, guys, so he knows how to like kind of kick and throw his hands now, and he does it pretty good, and a lot better than I would say if he didn't take karate. So yeah, and I can't yell at him because he's like, we're just wrestling and having fun, but I have to like, I probably should wear a helmet, because I'm telling you, every single time he catches me right in the head somehow, some way, or he'll like pick up like a weapon or something, and somehow we'll be messing around and it ends up smacking me in the face. I'm like, this is crazy. I'm telling you, it's bizarre. So anyway, that's my life. It's a lot of fun, and always having injuries, but no, I'm cool. And like I said, I'm feeling great, having fun, ending the summer, and my finger just like healed up like crazy. I'm telling you, I just sit there and look. I'm like, I just can't believe that this thing healed up. I thought it was going to be a few months, and 5 weeks later, it's like practically done. It looks like I had a little burn or something. So pretty wild stuff right there. Anyway, let's cruise right through our list. And XXII, guys, is getting set up, and the cannabis ones we know have been running. This is a tobacco, but they do something cannabis. And we were just waiting for what is it, tomorrow or Thursday? They're a Thursday one too, and this one could get cruising. It looks like it's bottoming out. So keep an eye on this XXII 22nd century group right there, and take a better look at it right here. As you can see, it's starting to curl up and look a lot better right there. Going into earnings, that could be one that you might like for earnings right there. We don't like a whole lot of earnings plays, but this one could be a good one. So that's what XXII is looking like. And Uber right here. Let's take a look at Uber. And it was cruising along, and it does look like it's going to cruise up even higher right there. And it should continue to climb up a little bit more. So keep an eye on Uber to ride up, or Ruber if you want to look at Ruber, but Uber will ride up a little bit higher. And that looks like it's going to keep the momentum right there. And good old LLY right here. Ellie Lily or whatever, the Lily Ellie. I had it backwards. I was like, wait, when I said it, it sounded wrong. Lilly Elliott is LLY, another drug manufacturer, taking a big dip. It's an expensive one, but it is way down here, guys, and it's going to be a good setup. You can see it trying to get out of the basement. It's going to curl up a little bit. I don't think it's 100% ready just yet, but it will have that bounce around and start moving a little bit. So you can look at it tomorrow, because you might have that little curl up and have it run up. And this OST we looked at, it did a reverse split, and it did run up in the after hours a little bit. And this thing does look pretty good right here, OST. So I'm just watching that to see if it wants to get set up. And OUST right here, Ouster. And this one is not looking bad. And I know Godfather was talking about this one yesterday on the small cap show. And thought I had to sneeze, but maybe not. I'm telling you, my allergies all of a sudden have been bothering me, but maybe I do have to sneeze. I don't know. Anyway, we'll go right through it. And this Alistair, Godfather, was talking about it on the small cap show right there, and it's curling up. It's in a nice channel right there, so you can keep an eye on Alistair, OUST right there. And this TTEC, I don't know what the hell they do, but it is climbing up here, guys. Remember, we saw it the other day right off that bottom, and it looks like it wants to continue its way up there. So you guys can look at it tomorrow. It does not look bad, and it looks like it's going to continue up. And we've seen things like this where we don't even know what they are, and they don't even get that much volume. Look, 629,000, and yet it still just goes right up like it's no big deal. So there is your TTEC right now, and that is climbing up if you want to look at that one. And Soundhound right here has been looking good. Ran up yesterday in the top, and looks like it wants to continue to go up there is what it looks like. As you can see, it's a little flat right there. I know the Dow futures are flat. NASDAQ's very green, though, Luis Rodriguez said. So that's interesting right there. And Soundhound again setting up to roll up there a little bit higher and just a little bit flat as it's running up. And SXC, guys, remember we looked at it, was looking good. Well, it keeps running up there and it's curled up. Does it get through? I'm not sure, but I did say that the other day. It might not curl through. It looks like it did. It's in that spot where it could pull itself down, but I don't think it will. The SunCoke Energy, that coking coal one right there. And what was the other one? AREC. And no, I always say, oh, yeah, that is it. AREC. And this one, like I said, ran up to the top, a little pullback. It should try to run up again, just having a little pullback, but it did run up. We'll get that high again up past that 195. I'm not exactly sure. We'll have to see as it cruises. So there you are with some coking coal ones, and there's only three other ones. AMR right there, AREC, and HTC's jumping up. Keep an eye on that one. METC right there is looking pretty good, and SXC, all of them looking pretty good in the coking coal sector. So keep an eye on them if you like them coking coal ones. And good old LAES Seals Q, and this one is getting set up. It's a semiconductor one. As you can see, it's trying to roll up. That's the bottom right there at 266. You're at 286, and you are going to get set up right there for LAES. So you might want to keep an eye on it. And is it going to get set up just at the moment? It might curl off the MACD, stay right around this price as it gets set up a little bit better. So I'll keep an eye on it. But again, you're getting down there, and the semiconductor ones, some of them, and the computer hardware, quantum ones, are getting set up again. We'll go through a lot of the semiconductors on the big cap list and see exactly what they want to do at the moment. So there is your LAES right there. And good old QH is another China small cap one that I added to the list right here. And it's just bouncing around right here. I was watching it today just to get an idea. But this thing's going to get curled up almost like an RAYA in the other one. So I'll be keeping my eye on that QH. And that will be a pretty quick penny stock that'll run. Data Vault right here we looked at yesterday. And this thing's getting set up down here. It looks like it's trying to make a base. We'll have to see if it wants to level down, but it looks like it wants to roll up there. I was looking at it today. DVLT right here. So not bad for DVLT, Datavolt AI. And that's way down. And again, we'll see. It looks like it's trying to curl up right there. And I'll take a look at it tomorrow and get a better idea for that one. And UVV was cruising up some more today. I did see that one, and we had mentioned that the other day, and that's curling up and running up. So you can look at this tomorrow. It could continue that momentum, as you can see, rolling up there, and your 20 is about to pull it up. So if it jumps up onto it, it'll be pretty good right there for UVV. And how about CoreWeave right here? This one was jumping up. I believe they had earnings or something today. And there you go, earnings. I'm not sure, but they had a surprise of something. And then it started to jump up there and dipped pretty good in the after hour. So I know it jumped up during the daytime and then dipped in the after hours right there. And it opened up at 137 and it closed at 133, but got up to 155. So big run around there for good old CoreWeave, CRWV. And let's see what else is going on with our list. And Chanson right here, Chanson International, CHSN, looked better yesterday. I was looking at it today, had a little pullback. Doesn't look terrible, just a little healthy pullback right there. So we'll see tomorrow. If it looks a little better again, you can see it did spike up. And I think it was up early this morning, as a matter of fact. That's right. It did run early up to 13 cents and then did pull back down to 7 and it closed at 8. So we had mentioned it the night before and it did run up in the pre-market. I forgot all about that this morning. And BTAI right here, BioXL, this one's been running up like crazy, still in the top, still running up. And we had looked at it way down here, like the 2s, and this thing's cruising along, but it's way up there. So be careful with that one. I'd be locking in some profits there. And we mentioned Circle last night, and this ran up really big this morning. I know that. They had earnings going on. I'm not sure what they did for their earnings, to be honest with you. And but I just know it went 161 to 189, and now it's at 153. So it ran up just as we had thought, with a nice momentum spike there. And when you see them popping like that, you should probably get out of them. So just get in and get out on a good trade right there. And that's what it's all about. It's like the hokey pokey, I guess. MBLY was looking good too. Mobileye. And we were looking at this auto part company, and this thing's setting up. Look at this guy right here. So you might want to keep an eye on that. And this Ample right here, I think Money Market likes Ample, and I was looking at it the other day on the old small cap show. He mentioned it, and it had just taken a big dip down there, and I was waiting for that bottom right here for AMPL. And I think we'll catch that bottom, and it might be happening right here. So we'll be keeping an eye on Ample AMPL. That one's getting set up. I'll look at it tomorrow. And how about HIT, guys? Because I mentioned this and was trading this guy in the 50-cent area, and look at it, cruising up there, and looks like it wants to run up some more. HIT, Health and Tech, and that's over 400% from where we first mentioned it right there. So HIT continuing to run up. And there you go. And like I always say, we are always early, guys. And I mean always early. And now we're really going to start applying our early looks and our good trades and just putting it all together and destroying the market. So that is what I have right there. Let me go through the laptop travel list. There's a bunch of them. I tried to go through the list and just sort out a couple. Laptop Travel changed his parameters and his algorithm or whatever on his scanner list, and holy cow, guys, I mean, each one was like almost better than the next one. I think we might skip like 4, and even them ones are set up, but we just skip the other ones are just way better looking at the moment. Like the first one, Altimmune, we know this company, we talked about it before. They had a weight loss drug, and I had mentioned it before, and you guys know I don't know anything about these companies, but I just knew that they had a weight loss drug, and this thing's getting cruising. So keep an eye on ALT, good old Altimmune, and BKYI right here, BioKey International, and that was curling up pretty big today, rolling through the 20 and 50. That looks like it's setting up to run a little bit higher, and that is BKYI, and you can see that thing jumping into that channel right there, not looking bad. And let's look at good old Cook, because Cook looks like it's firing up down here at the very bottom. Look at this thing down here. I mean, I think you might have a little bit of time. I'll look, but you do have that setup happening, but you're on that trend line right here. So we'll see when Cook really wants to get fired up. Traeger, it's a furnishings fixtures company, and we will definitely be keeping an eye on that one coming up. And GR, what is it? I think it says GRRK. Is that? I don't think that's what it was. Was it GPRK? I think that was a Geo Park Limited. I think this was what it was. And this thing was starting to curl up in a good spot, had run up there, curling through the MACD, looking pretty good, and running up in the after hours for GPRK right there. And good old Intensity looks like it's going to get that intense look pretty soon. We've been talking about it. The dip right there on that bottom, and that was 18.5 cents. We're almost at 30 right now, and it's curling up, looking pretty good for good old INTS. So keep an eye on Intensity, and good old JAGX isn't looking bad right here. As a matter of fact, we've looked at the Jaguar plenty of times, and it was running up today, looking pretty good. And while we're looking at it, we'll look at the Cheetah real quick. If I type it in right, CTNT, that's it. And the Cheetah was looking pretty good, and that's running up right there. So keep an eye on the Cheetah right there. As you can see, CTNT looking pretty good. And how about your Lion right here? LGHL, and we'll look at the big cats and look at Lion just kind of setting up right here, and that's going to get moving. So that's a China capital market one, and good old LGHL is going to get moving there. So there you go. And GPRK is that one. And like I said, Geo Park Limited is getting set up. And let's keep on cruising right through and see what Jasper Therapeutics is doing, because that was getting set up as well. I know we looked at it yesterday. It looked good, and it was up over 8% right there, curling up, looking pretty good right there for JSPR. And let's take a look. We can look at Lakeshore. That one's kind of getting ready and curling up right there. It was running up, spiking up, had a crazy look right there. So we'll look what that wants to do tomorrow. And MREO is Marrero Biopharma, and that thing's running up. They did have earnings today. I don't know what the heck happened, but it looks pretty good to keep continuing up, hitting the 20 right there. So look at that tomorrow, guys. and NEHC right now, New Era Helium. And I know we've looked at this guy before, an oil and gas one, and look at it curling up, guys. And I thought it was. That's why I looked up at the sector real quick. And NEHC curling up right there and looking pretty good. And intensity is off the hook. It is ready to roll. And we looked at that about 3 weeks ago. And I'm telling you, we're always 3 weeks early on them. We just have to time them out right. And we get to see every single one setting up. I'm telling you, we've been doing it forever like this. And now we're really going to apply the good trades and what we know and just be patient and catch them on the way up there and then just get out of them immediately. That's all you have to do, guys. I'm telling you, if we get in at the right spot, you just have to get out of them. That's like the hardest part, but you just have to do it. Hit the sell button on the way up and you'll work it every time and you'll see your accounts grow. OBIO, Orchestra Biomed Holdings, this thing's getting cruising and that wants to run really well. So IBIO, and I always look at IBIO because I'm familiar with this one as well. And that was pulling back. That's in the basement. That doesn't look nearly as good as OBIO. So we'll keep an eye on OBIO instead. And good old SOPA right here, Society Pass, is one that we've looked at. And that looks like it bottomed out down there at about 104, and you're at 120s and getting curled up and trying to run up. So again, the laptop travel list looking really good. And STTK right here, Shattuck Labs. And this is getting set up, rolling off, and probably going to roll right off of that. MACD right there. And there you go. So there's your STTK. And there you go. And the last three are just setting up right there. But some really good lists right there for laptop travel. And he kind of tuned his scanners, and there's a lot of great looks right there. Let's go through our Jolie's jumpers real quick and see what's going on with Agrify, and that is popping up. Remember last night who said that was looking pretty good, guys? And the cannabis sector is, and that is one in the cannabis sector. And there you go. It went 27 to 32, and it's just about at 32 at the close. So we did talk about Agrify and Blink right here, BLNK. That one looked like it was trying to dip down a little more. It does have its earnings coming up August 18th, so they're coming up next week. But that does look like it's getting set back up, and that could be that bottom right there. So there you go with Blink charging, looking a little bit better. And Sezzle had been pulling back, and I guess it's trying to stop itself now. So it was trying to crawl right back up there, and it is bullish. And this could be another great opportunity because you could see this get right back up into the high 180s, and it's at 89 right now. And it was down in the 20s, guys, and just ran like a monster right there, Sezzle. So we'll be keeping an eye on good old SEZL. And how about our Sterling infrastructure? And that looks like it wants to run up a little bit higher. And you might keep a momentum play on that one. Rivian's trying to get set up right here. And like I said, that Sterling was way up, and it looks like it's pretty good. And Rivian trying to get set up. We knew it was down, and it is getting set up. So we'll keep an eye on good old Rivian. And good old Symbotic, we like this one too. And this one's dipping down at the moment, and we'll see when it gets ready. So it's not ready just yet, so we'll keep an eye on it. How about Nike? It was trying to get moving again, and we'll see. Like I said, this market is getting crazy, guys, and we're getting into that bubble territory where these things can just keep on ripping, and they're not going to stop. And DXYZ, this thing I think was at bottom yesterday, and that thing's going to get set up. So I think that was a nice dip down there for Destiny Tech 100. And there you go with your Jolie's jams right there. And let's go ahead and look at our SPY and big caps and Mag 7. And then we'll go ahead and see what you guys want to see. And again, the SPY was up. It was cruising, hitting all-time highs, as it keeps doing. And we know a rate cut is coming. I'm telling you, in September, we're going to see that rate cut. And we're getting into that bubble territory, guys. This thing is not going to stop. You can see it right now. This market's insane right here. That's a good look right there to run up. Maybe you get a little bit of healthy pullback. I don't think you get a huge correction. At least it doesn't look like it right here. So, you know, we go through it every day. And if it has that look, I'll be telling you guys, that's for sure. And here we go at Apple. It was back up today, cruising right along, staying in the top. And how about Amazon right here, AMZN? And that's not looking bad. It's just trying to get set up. It's just running around. I think Apple looks a little better. And Google right now is trying to run back up, looking good to spike up even higher. And how about good old Meta? And every time they look like they're going to pull back, they run up even higher. And there you go with Meta running up and looks like it wants to continue up. And good old Microsoft is a beast right here, guys. And it's running right back up. Look at it curling up, looking good. And nothing is stopping this market now. And I don't think it's going to stop this market. And how about NVIDIA? That looks like it's going to hit that resistance and try to get over it. And that resistance is at 184. It was trying to get into it or get over it before. It just couldn't do it. But it looks a lot better to try to now. So we'll see tomorrow if it does rock and roll right over. And Tesla didn't look bad right there. Could have a little healthy pullback, but it is getting set up. And how about AMC right here? And I was surprised that it didn't run higher off of their earnings. It did spike up there and then pull back. But I'll tell you what, it is getting set up. So I think AMC right here is going to get set up. And like I said, I think some of these meme stocks may kick off the season and it will be getting crazy. And just like GameStop looking pretty good. And how about Chewy, guys? This thing is getting set up, looking really good right there. So I'm telling you, GameStop, Chewy, and even Unity's looking a lot better, as you can see running up today. So like I was saying before, these things don't look too bad to me to get rolling. Netflix trying to run back up as we thought, and it is going to continue its way up. And this market is not stopping for anything. Look at AVGO, guys, right back over to resistance. And this is like crazy stuff going on right here. So Polymarket predicts 81% chance of 0.25 basis reduction in September. You guys already know I said it last month it was going to happen in September. And just by looking at the charts, you could tell. So I don't even need to look at the poly market. I'm already telling you, we're getting a rate cut in September. There's no doubt about it. And AVGO is running up, no doubt about it. MU looks good to continue up as well. And TSM not looking too bad today, and that's getting set up to run pretty well. So this market is crazy. SMCI looking a little better down here, trying to get set back up so it can run back up. And how about AMD? And I'm telling you, AMD is just going to keep running, guys. That thing's going to blast off. It's going to get back over to the 180, back over 190. It's never going to look at back of their 200 right there. It's going to keep cruising. And QCOM, like I said yesterday, this thing was getting set up, and that looks like it's going to continue on up right there. And how about good old Snow right here? Because Snow don't look too bad. It's been coming down like we like Snow to come down, but it looks like it's going to get reversed back up relatively soon there. And PayPal's not looking bad, and that's getting set up, guys. So keep your eyes on PayPal because that's setting up. And of course, Intel, we did like it yesterday. And there you go. It was running up today over 5%. So there you go with Intel. And Dell was up a little bit today. And looks like it's going to keep that momentum right there. And IBM is going to be a great opportunity, guys. Just let it keep pulling back like I told you. And that's going to be a great opportunity. And how about Palantir? This thing's just cruising right back up. It looked like it wanted to pull back a little bit, but it looks like it's running up now. And Sophie didn't look like it wanted to pull back at all. That is set up to run right there. VKTX, the good old Viking right here. What are they doing? That's up a little bit more. And the Viking looks pretty good, VKTX. So that could run up some more tomorrow. And let's see what our Mara and Riot are doing. They're up a little bit. They are getting set up, but like I said, I think there's way better opportunities out in the market. You can see these things do want to run, but I think you'll see some better ones. CleanSpark right here is getting set up as well. And how about MicroStrategy down a little bit, and another one just getting set up. So that is what our the crypto miners and MicroStrategy look like. How about Robinhood? That's getting set up to run some more to get back into the top, go over that resistance. It wants to do it. And how about Coinbase? This thing was rolling right along, and Coinbase is getting set up to get ripping, guys. So keep an eye on that. And let's see what's going on with the rest of these guys on our list. And Bull right here. What is Webull? That is definitely getting set up and getting pretty bullish. So I would keep an eye on Bull coin looking good. SPCE had been dipping down right there. Let's see if it's recovering. I forget what it did today. Let me take a better look and see. Yeah, it was dipping down right there. And I think that does get set up relatively soon for space. And Boeing wasn't looking bad as it ran back up and should continue its way up there. And how about DJT trying to get set up? And like I said, let it get set up, and then Funware will run as well. It's trying to get set up now. So they are looking a little better. And McDonald's right here pulling back. So that did have a little bit of pullback. And how about your Disney right here, Luis Rodriguez? And let me get back there. I don't know what I did, but there's Disney, and it's cruising right back along. And again, it has that resistance now at 115. It could stay there to get set up and then get rolling. So it's not looking too bad. And Oxy right here. Whoop, what did I type in? OXY. And this thing is trying to get set up, guys. I'm telling you, this thing wants to run. And ExxonMobil wants to get set up as well. And let me see what AMC, that price action, is doing. Laptop travel. It did run up right there. You're getting set back up. And I'm telling you, this thing, I don't know if it's exactly going to roll off and get through tomorrow because it's hitting it, but it's in a pretty damn good spot. It's going to stay in this channel right here, and then we're going to jump back up, but this thing's going to stay bullish. You can already see it. And I'm telling you, these meme ones could really get cruising right there. I know we already went through, but look at GameStop looking pretty good. Chewy was been setting up, and Unity ran pretty big today. So them Roaring Kitty ones aren't looking bad right there. And again, keep an eye on Unity. It might not get through that resistance, but nice curl up right there. Good run today. And there you go with that. And Zach's still believing in ETF 500 and holding his bags with iron fists. Along with the community, you only see Zach reposting other tweets here and there, but it's definitely been silent for a while. I agree with you, Zach, 100%. But I think we got to get that thing ripping and rolling again. That's for sure. As these meme ones are cruising, because like I said, that sheep one was crazy, guys. That thing went ripping and right back down. So they're starting to move again. That's for sure. And let's take a look. Our average gain for our overnight watch list stocks is approximately 41.86% for today, guys. That's pretty amazing. And let's see. I know Luis Rodriguez had threw a few up there. Let me take a look and see which ones they were. If we saw any hum right here, let's look at HUM. And that is Humana. And that's running up that healthcare plan. I know we looked at it before. Cigna is running up as well, and that looks pretty good right there. So keep an eye on good old CI Cigna. And let's take a look and see what Toyota Motors doing with that. Oh, wow, look at that one running up there, Luis Rodriguez. You did say it looked good. And Toyota Motor does look pretty good to continue up. So that one looks pretty good right there. That PCG, I know we were looking at that before. And wasn't that running up a little bit? Yeah, it was. And that's getting set up to run some more right there. That PG and E right there. I don't think they're PSE and G, but holy cow, I told you what happened to my electric bill. All these things should probably be rolling, I would imagine. I mean, geez, if they're doing what they did to my house, they doubled my bill up real quick, and everybody around me in New Jersey, basically. So, and we were talking about that last night. I have a nice $800 electric bill, and yeah, it was 4 last month, and it went to 8. So imagine that. And anyway, there you go with PCG and Coinbase. We already looked at it. Is getting set up there, looking pretty good, I must say. ETHU, that 2-time Ethereum, just keeps running up, guys, like a monster into the top. So keep your eye on that thing. And how about Lulu? Remember, we had been looking at it about 2 weeks ago, and now it's getting set up. So keep your eye on good old Lulu right there. Lulu's not looking bad, I must say. And let's see what Adobe's up to, ADBE right here. And that thing's going to get cruising, guys. So a really good list right there, Luis Rodriguez so far. And Deckers, we haven't looked at Deckers since the last time it ran up, and that's getting set up to start moving again. Not looking bad. In HHH, it was Howard Hughes Holdings, and this thing looks pretty good right there. And EL is Estee Lauder, and this thing's been running up a lot, just holding itself up. Could get rolling again. SOLZ is Solana ETF. and keep an eye on this guy. And that one is going to be cruising up as Solana's rolling. And I like my Solana and BFH right here. Let's take a look at that one, Bread Financial Holdings. And this thing's getting curled up at Credit Service One. And REGN right here is Reganarin or something. I know I can't say it. But anyway, it's getting set up. It's almost ready right there. So a really good list right there, Luis Rodriguez. And let's see what else is going on. RKT, and Zach has been in Vietnam for over 3 or 4 months. I don't know what he's even doing over there. He told me to come visit him, but I don't know about going to Vietnam. My dad was in Vietnam for a nice war before, so I don't know if we want to really go to Vietnam. But yeah, Zach's been there for a few months. He seems to enjoy it. I mean, it does look pretty cool, his pictures and the food and stuff, but I'm not so sure I'd be going to Vietnam. And but anyway, yeah, I'm not sure what the heck he's even doing there. And RKT right here. Let's take a look at that Rocket Companies, Rocket Mortgage, and this thing's curling up looking pretty good. To rocket up some more right there, Zach. So there you go. And a hint from our overnight watch list tomorrow, DFLY. DFLI, I mean, not a Y, a Dragonfly Energy has earnings. And look at that bad boy looking really good. I bet that's going to be cruising in the morning, Laptop Travel. So DFLI looking pretty good, I must say, right there. So keep your eye on that one. Let's see if I missed anything else over here real quick. And let's take a look and see. I think we got everything. And the Dow Jones today, S&P 500, NASDAQ composite, close at record highs as stock surge after CPI report, boost rate cut hopes. And like I said, they're coming anyway. So there's no doubt about it, guys. I've been telling you guys this for a while. And like I said, they should have been already cut. We already knew that. And Powell's just been playing some political games, and they're definitely getting cut in September because there's no cut in August. So we knew September they were definitely coming. And so, yeah, there you go. And different Dang Nang is amazing. Huge beaches. It's very nice for tourism. I don't even know what that is. So, in Vietnam. Oh, Dang Nang is in Vietnam. So it's a little different than it used to be. And so it's a beautiful. Laptop Travel would know. He's probably been there a million times. That is one thing. If you ever want to know about a place, Laptop Travel could definitely tell us. So, yeah, I'm sure Zach's having a blast over there for sure. I mean, it's like I said, his pictures look really cool, and eating all kinds of crazy food. So cool stuff. But anyway, yeah, we'll try to get that ETF rocking and rolling again. That's for sure, as these meme ones are going to get fired up. And speaking of which, Bitcoin's at 119, Ethereum 4,571. I can't even talk. And Solana's at 193 right there, according to this stock cube. And let's see what Ripple's doing, because it's at 322 and looking pretty good. And again, we were looking at them just a little bit ago. I was talking about the price action, and now let's take a look. Like I said, just a little healthy pullback the other day, and these things just want to continue to rip up. You can see Ethereum getting crazy. I told you Solana was getting ready to rip, and Ripple's going to get ready to really rip, guys. So keep your eyes on that one for sure. ADA right here is looking pretty good, and even Doge isn't looking bad, I must say. So that's not looking bad right there to try to rip back up for sure. And let's look at XLM. That's good old Stellar right there. That actually is pulling back a hair, needs to get up there. And good old Chainlink is ripping up there into the top, so that one's good. SUI, not a bad one right there. That one looks like it's trying to get up there. And Optimism right here isn't looking too bad. And is that Litecoin probably LTC? I'd imagine. Yeah, 129. And that thing's not looking bad to run up some more. So there you go for a little bit of crypto look for you guys. And I do love it on here because it's nice and fast and easy to do. And let's see, U.S. passport holders need a visa for Vietnam. Takes about 7 to 10 days. So you can just DM Laptop Travel. He'll hook you up, or anywhere for that matter, worldwide travel for Laptop Travel. And yeah, it's for anybody that is traveling anywhere, and you have any questions or need anything, hit up Laptop Travel. That's what he does for a living. He is a master at it for sure. So there you go. Any questions? Feel free to reach out to him, and of course, check out his newsletter because that's really well done and a lot of great content on that. So there you go with Laptop Travel. And let's see, did we get to everything? We got to our big cap, our SPY, our Mag 7, our crypto. I think we got to everything in like an hour. That's pretty cool. And again, I think just kind of cutting the list down like this, really finding what's going to be popping. We'll go through the market real quick and just really picking them out and seeing really what the best opportunities are, and not worrying about all the other stuff until they get ready to pop is probably the best opportunity, like the best way to do it. And that's what we're going to continue to do. And like I said, you can really see in the Discord, we're going to get cruising along. And at 4 a.m., they've been rocking and rolling. And the stars are definitely aligning. And what Laptop Travel is saying is the Trump family is maneuvering their companies to align for a major move in crypto, guys. And his newsletters covering the Trump holdings, and they will amaze you. They absolutely amaze me. I'm fascinated how they can do it. I say it all the time, like whatever. But these things are going to be ripping, guys, and there's no doubt about crypto is going to be getting off its rocker and going wild. It's just the beginning, and I'm telling you, we are hitting bubble territory. These things are hitting all-time highs, and it looks like they're just getting started, guys. So if you think you're late to the game, you're probably not. Sometimes I think that too. I'm like, damn, I should have loaded up even more. And but how much can you can only load up as much as you can, I guess. And you guys know I've been way into crypto for a while, and these things are going to get really popping, guys. So it's going to be absolutely amazing. This would have never happened with the other administration. Could you imagine what would be going on right now if the other administration had won? If Kamala Harris was in the White House, what do you think this country would look like right now? We'd be overrun with like immigration, and probably all selling our houses and moving to Mexico right now, where we'd be hitting up Laptop Travel saying, where the hell can we go that's safe in the world? Because America definitely is not safe. How crazy is it that was going on? And it's so clear cut, and you can see it as clear as day now. And again, you just saw all their political careers get ended because they were all just slime balls. And I'm sure they were loading their pot. I mean, yeah, how much money did Harris raise? What did she blow through? She was in the negative or something in that campaign, and they just wasted money every which way. And yeah, it was crazy. And then how did she like put money in her pocket at the end? I forget what the hell happened, but something crazy happened. I do remember she owed money. So yeah, just crazy stuff. Anyway, let's go through and see what's going on in the market, which is all at its all-time highs and ripping. Look at Tilray right there. That was cruising up. We had talked about Tilray before. And PRPH, BBAI, the big bear, maybe that's going to get a little bounce. It took a nice dip yesterday. ATNF was cruising along right there, ripping up over 200%. Open Door looking good right there. BMNR, INTC, we knew. American Airlines not looking bad right there. And NEO is a auto manufacturer in China. That one looks like it's pulling back. That Chance and not bad. ORIS looking good. X4 was running up. GIBO. And someone had liked that GIVO yesterday. Remember, it popped up there. I didn't necessarily really like it in the after hours look, and I'll go on here because that's the way you can see it. It had already run up yesterday like that, and then today, so I guess it didn't even really run up. It was really the price action from last night. But yeah, it ran up yesterday. Remember, I was saying I didn't necessarily really like it. And what did it close at? 208. It never even got up there today. So maybe that was a good one to lay off of today, but it did run up yesterday. That's for sure. SBET we were looking at, and LCID is good old Lucid. That one's getting set up to try to run up a little bit right there. ONDS had run up. Remember, we were looking at that before. SoundHound not looking bad. And let's see, good old Archer was taking a dip. Well, that's setting up, though, not looking bad right there. Canopy Growth had run up. And Wang and Lee was running up and pulling back a little bit. And there you go with AMD's running up right there. And DNN getting set up. That's another one from the small cap show. And the IWM right here is your Russell shares. And that looks pretty good, I must say. So there you go with that side. And we'll see if there's anything over here real quick. And let me take a look. ADN cruising up. Look at that in the morning, guys. And let's see what else. That wow, we were already talking about it. Rumble right here. Rumble on. Not looking too bad. That's Rumble on an auto and truck dealership. X4. We had looked at that recently. Has been running up at ATNF and GBIO. And let's see if there's anything else. I think that's about it right there. Nothing else catching my eye. And let's see, stocks hit record after US CPI fuels Fed cut bets and Japan's Nikkei share averages tops 43,000 for the first time ever. Trump says the Fed should cut interest rates. Bassett says this is by how much? It should be by 0.50, but they're going to do 0.25. Tariffs bring in record 27.7 billion in July. Holy cow, guys, that's insane. I don't think the Biden administration didn't make 27.7 billion in 4 years. They just made it in a month on tariffs. Holy shit, that's wild. I had no idea. But what did the Biden administration do to make any kind of money in this country besides nothing? They gave everything away. They cost the country a fortune. That made 27.7 billion just in tariffs in 1 month. Wow. That's impressive, guys. And S&P 500. And remember when I said the tariffs weren't going to even phase us, it was going to be good? Go back and listen when that shit was happening, because that's exactly what I was saying when they were trying to basically say, oh, yeah, the tariffs and inflation are going to hurt the country, and the speculation. And I've been saying for 4 or 5 months now, what was the speculation when the market was ripping high inflation-wise right before the election, like a month or two, and they were cutting the rates, and the market was cooking, guys. I mean, not the market. The inflation rates were cooking. Everything was cooking. It was out of control. It was so bad. And yeah, now you're just seeing kind of, you got to get that all under control. They let it go for so long. And then, of course, it's going to run up higher before it comes back down. So maybe we're seeing it top out, and we will see inflation and everything come back down as these markets really get ripping here. So pretty interesting, that's for sure. But $27.7 billion in 1 month just in tariffs alone. And I just want to see all the people that were talking nonsense saying that them tariffs were going to hurt the country, because I haven't seen it hurt a damn thing. Our markets are at all-time highs. Crypto's ripping along, and we just brought in $27.7 billion in 1 month. And I'm telling you, the administration, the previous administration, didn't make $27.7 billion in 4 years for this country. So there you go. That's simple, guys. And Thailand, Portugal, and Indonesia, Bali, Philippines, and Colombia, Paraguay, Mexico, and Panama, and Costa Rica for expats. Cheap and safe right there. So if anyone's looking to get away, you can hit up Laptop Travel for any travel advice. And there you go. So I'll be traveling next week. I'll be going to Niagara Falls and just a couple day trips this week. So again, just kind of enjoying the last weeks of summer here. And then we're really going to get kicked into high gear. So don't mind me while I'm just kind of vacationing a little bit and just relaxing, because I usually don't do that too often. So we'll be in full gear real soon, and it'll be a lot of fun. And that's what the market looks like. There you go. And all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. Hope everybody enjoyed that. Thanks for tuning in. Anybody new, be sure to follow along on X and YouTube and Instagram. I'm going to really start posting on there in the next week or so. I have some good ideas for that. So a little bit different than what's on X and everything else. So follow along on there, and we'll be on, of course, at 7 a.m. for our pre-market to see how much more this market's going to be ripping, because I'm telling you, we're getting in the bubble territory as we're coming to the end of the summer, and it's pretty wild to see what's going on. And we already know the rates are going to get cut next month. I've been saying it. And then when you see that happen, the market, that's when you're going to get ripping, guys. So that's what it looks like to me, and it looks pretty exciting between crypto, the market, and everything else. So I hope you guys are having fun and excited, because I certainly am. And let's just see what's trending over on StockTwits, because that SE was a good one we looked at last night. I'll check it out right here, but it was rolling there and running up today. I know that. And we looked at it last night, because I remember I said I have an SE bike, and that thing was moving. DJT is up here trending along and cruising up there, and CoreWeave And CAVA, what is that one? That's a restaurant, Cava Group. They have earnings coming up. Let's see. Is that today? It was, so I'm not sure what happened. It's in a pretty good spot right there. I'd have to look at that tomorrow. And like I said, the IWM guys, this thing, the Russell 2000, looks like it's setting up. It looks beautiful. We go over it on the small cap show because this is the small caps, and look at it running up. So check that out tomorrow. It was running up pretty nice today and looking pretty good in that ATNF was running. And let's look and see. Archer, like I said, is getting set up. It had taken a nice dip right there and looks way better for ACHR. So keep an eye on that one. And there you go. That's what our market looks like this evening on a Tuesday in the middle of August, August 12th, right there. So thank you again for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Again, follow along on X, YouTube, Instagram, and all that good stuff. And we'll be on at 7 a.m. Any questions, be sure to DM me on X. I will make sure I respond. And I think I got to everything. I'm just looking, and I do think I got to everything. And again, tomorrow is going to be an interesting day. The market should be a little bit higher there on a Wednesday, and I'm telling you, it's ripping. And don't forget, the PPI is on on Thursday right here. Tomorrow you have MBA mortgage applications and the crude oil inventories. Then you have your PPIs on Thursday right there. And Friday is a big day with all kinds of stuff right there. So that is what it looks like going into the rest of the week. We'll be keeping you posted, obviously, and a lot of great setups going on right now. So be sure to trade them smart and lock in those profits as they're cruising up. You know that. And of course, we'll be on at 7 a.m. So enjoy the rest of your evening. And like I said, and then coming up in the winter time when we get past Labor Day, I'll switch the show to like 8 p.m. And that way we can just rock and roll through for a quick hour, hour and a half or so, get done by 9:30, and then everybody can get rest and get ready for the next morning and maybe be up at 4 a.m. trading, because I'm looking forward to doing it with Laptop Travel and the Warriors, because it's crazy at 4 a.m., guys. Things run like wild. I'm telling you, it's nuts. So there you go, everybody. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll catch you guys at 7 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I will see you guys in the morning. Have a good night, everybody.